Skypacha for the weekly Paleo report of September 4th, 2019. And I just thought I'd try to get this software to show you exactly what is going on. And you can see this lineup, right? We've got the Earth, Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars. And, Venus is moving faster than Mars. So, we just had, I talked about it before, there's Venus-Mars conjunction. I mean, that's super powerful. And the sun is, the sun and Mercury are conjunct. So what we do is we use the tropical zodiac. It's called geocentric, where the Earth is in the center. So it appears as if, right, these guys are all in the same spot from Earth. And then, of course, behind that is the sign of Virgo. Oh, yeah. Now, what else is happening, and I don't know if this program is going to really let me see it as much as I would like. Darn it. It's just, but how do we put this now? You see the Saturn-Pluto conjunction is square. I don't know if you can really... no, it's a trine. You see, it's like a triangle. Okay, it's 120 degrees. The angle, if you took the angle going from the Earth, through the Sun, Venus, Mars, right? And then you drew another angle from Pluto, right? Right on through to these guys. That is going to be, this angle from there to there is going to be 120 degrees. And it's going to be square to Jupiter. See, Jupiter, that should be able to, God, if I could just, the software has really changed a lot, man. I don't like the new kick that it's got going. They try to make it so realistic that you can't really get it the way you want it to go. Got to be giving you quite a show, though. Check it out. Okay, here we are. We're all lined up. Okay, but now if I can just get Jupiter in there like I wanted. There we go. There you can see 90 degrees. See how that's a square going like straight up from Earth to Jupiter, straight across to Mercury, Venus, and Mars. So sure enough, okay, we've got the Sun square Jupiter on Sunday, Mars square Jupiter on Thursday, Mercury square Jupiter this Friday. It's just like square, square, square to Jupiter, and not only square, square, square to Jupiter, but, oh my God, I will see if I can get Neptune in here, because Neptune is actually opposite. There you go. Look at this lineup now. Oh, and you see Jupiter is out here by Ceres, right? I mean, it's just off the screen. I could just kill these guys. So we have, again, Mercury opposite Neptune on Saturday. Let's just line it up a little bit better. It doesn't want to line up so good. And the Sun opposite Neptune on next Tuesday. So you see that these are all going on. So it's what's called a T-square. You could draw a line pretty much from Mars right through all these guys, right out to Neptune. And then it's going to make a right angle over to Jupiter, and Jupiter back to these guys. I hope that's clear enough. And then, of course, I already showed you the trine going on. Mars is trine Saturn on Sunday. And in the midst of all this, I mean, this program, well, here's the moon. You see the little moon right there? I could expand this out a little bit. There's God, the heck, man. There's the freaking moon there. That's enough. What does it all mean? So what's it all about, you might be asking yourself after looking at all of that astronomy?
Astrology is so great, man. It just gives interpretations and meanings to these things, and part of it is part of the meaning of astrology, and what it is the planets have been orbiting around the sun in the same routes, the same grooves, the same ruts for such a long period of time. Time. And the longer you do something, the longer you stay with something, the more it kind of etches, its way into, right, the skeins of time, the Akashic records. And so, really, so much of astrology is observation and correlation over thousands and thousands of years, that where the planets are in this portion of the sky. The king does this, or the queen gets married, or somebody has a baby, or and they just note it down, note it down, note it down, note it down. A very Virgo kind of energy. And so here we have Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars moving through Virgo. And what is Virgo? Well, it's mutable Earth in astrology. But I will also associate it with, Rudolf Steiner talked about the four temperaments. And these temperaments are, of course, the choleric has to do with fire, the sanguine has to do with air, the phlegmatic has to do with water, and the melancholic has to do with earth. And of course, we can see Virgo as being quite, that melancholic temperament that is concerned, worried. There's physical aspects to the four temperaments. Okay, and the melancholic is seen as tall, rather thin, okay, and kind of, just, in melancholy. They're melancholy because they're thinking about all the little things and all the little details and everything that is missing, and and if you look at the four mathematical operations, certainly choleric is division, sanguine is multiplication, right? Phlegmatic, is subtraction. Well, no, I mean, I take Virgo as being subtraction. And it's like the sculptor. The sculptor removes. That's why the mantra today is about there's so much more that I need to leave out. That's really not the truth. That's really not part of. Okay, it's like when you're editing a video or you're editing a book, you end up removing, taking out all the excess, all the baggage, all the kind of things that confuse or make things not clear, not precise. So if you want to present your truth, you want it to be clean, clear, and precise. And so Virgo is this process. It's separating the wheat from the chaff. Virgo has always been associated with the harvest time, right? In the northern hemisphere, it's like it's time. The farmers are out there bringing in the corn, bringing in the soybeans, harvesting. What is the thing? So, this is just about separating the wheat from the chaff. And what can we say? There's a lot of chaff and a little bit of wheat. And so we've got Jupiter square Neptune going on. So this making this big T square like I showed you with the astronomy, okay? All of this, conglomeration of Virgo is opposite Neptune over there in Pisces, which is all and everything. The unified field theory, the tapestry of life, leave nothing out. We are all one. Everything belongs, like I had in the last week's, mantra. And it is also the paradox. Pisces and Neptune has to do with the paradox that opposites coexist. It's enough to drive a Virgo wild. A Gemini and Sagittarius crazy. This is the mutable cross, having to do with the thought and initiation and the different axes that I use in interpreting the horoscope. And then you put this Neptune in square to Jupiter and Sagittarius. I mean, Sagittarius is famous for exaggeration. I caught a fish that was, I think it was about this big, right? I mean, there is this, I always say to my Sagittarian friends, it's like, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. It's the nothing but the truth that kind of gets them. The Sagittarius Gemini axis, is this, this thought axis where we are really thinking about and, putting together and communicating our ideas and our beliefs and this, it's been going on all year. I've talked about this Jupiter square Neptune, over and over and over again, deciphering what is true and making it you, with fake news and false prophets and just BS going out there, left and right. We're exposed to it every single day, to the point where people really don't know what is going on, or who to believe, or what is true, or who. This is really, so, and I'm going to say that it's good. It's good because each and every single one of us needs to decipher and needs to come through, this portal of what is my truth, what is meaningful for me and my life. It's like the fall of the empire enables, each of the individuals to have more power than before. So we can see the empire trying to really clamp down, hold on with propaganda and fake news and all this kind of stuff, just trying to program the masses, and many in the consensus stage of evolution are falling prey and following like sheep, to the loudest, richest voice that repeats the same thing over and over and over again until they think that it's kind of true. But 25% of Earth's population is in the individuated stage and the spiritual stage, breaking free, liberating, opening that third eye, and really coming in with the new paradigm, a new way of being. And so we're in a place of needing to subtract, to sculpt away, right, to get rid of all of the BS. And there's a lot of this BS out there, right? As I speak right now. And there's, and it's a process. It's a process that takes a lot of patience and a lot of time. That's what this beautiful trine is, going up there to Saturn. And these, as they move farther, they're going to be trining Pluto, trining that south node. So this is a maturing process that is really bringing each one of us into a greater clarity. And we're going to emerge, out of this year, out of this time period, with tremendous amount more clarity. What I did not share with you in that program was the moon was so small, right? That you couldn't really see that moon is right now at Sagittarius, and tomorrow on Thursday we're going to have the first quarter square moon. And like I said last week, this is a powerful time where, we had that new moon in Virgo. The square moon is the moon kind of conjunct Jupiter, and then the full moon is going to be the moon conjunct Neptune. So we have this, unfolding, of this month is going to be very interesting. I would say in the news and in the media, we are going to see the revelation, of some false BS and the emergence of more truth of what is going on, as Virgo would be the investigative reporter, like what is really happening, just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. Virgo wants just the facts. And it's really great now that this first square moon on Jupiter in Sagittarius is also the truth seeker on a quest. It wants to expand its understanding of truth. So don't get me wrong. It's not like, Sagittarius is, just not in touch with the truth. But it wants a greater understanding, an inclusive truth of all the natural laws, not just one or two. And so this moon comes around, and what is it? I love it. I love the Sabian symbol. I'll hold this up again. I think everybody wants to get right. Get it. The best book ever, baby. You can go back and pause it if you didn't get it. The 14th degree of Sagittarius is the Great Pyramid and the Sphinx. Yes. The enduring power of occult knowledge and of its quasi-divine custodians, seed men and women of a previous cycle of existence. And here's the great, I love this line that Dane says, the belief in an original tradition based on the perfect knowledge of the archetypal principles, astrology, archetypes, and forms which underlie all manifestations of life on this earth and by extension in the cosmos, is deeply rooted in our consciousness. There is a tradition, there is an occult brotherhood, or the White Lodge, or I mean there and the Sphinx and the pyramids symbolize this, particularly for Western man. And we go to these sacred sites because we know these indigenous peoples or these ancient civilizations, or the Amazon rainforest, tribes have some secret hidden wisdom. Maybe it's in the plant medicine or whatever, but it's in the pyramids, it's in their artwork, it's in their even the cave paintings or whatever. It's amazing how things are set up, right? And even how the pyramids at Giza reflect Orion's belt. So it's not just even earthly consciousness. There's a transcendent consciousness. Greg Braden and so many people just talk about all of the, it's beyond coincidence, right? That these ancient civilizations knew so much. So this is also a very powerful time of revelation. Revelation. This Jupiter Neptune, yes, it's fake news and lies and but on a deeper spiritual level, it's also an opportunity. If we're not listening so much to, these external authorities, but we're going in, and through meditation, we're connecting to the divine authority. This is how we come in with our own personal truth. Yeah? So that's what this mantra is about. And it takes time and practice and devotion and self-discipline, okay, to just really open in a more, how can I say, permanent way. Of course, we can take substances that are like shortcuts, like cheat our way and kind of, get revelations prior to our capacity to integrate those revelations, which is why they can lead to madness and insanity. But if there is a steady spiritual practice, building the ego container, okay, then we will gradually open ourselves to these greater realities and these greater truths. And they will not destabilize us. They will not send us, wonkers, okay, but they will actually have a resting place within us. So this takes time. This takes time. And that's what today's mantra is about. Virgo, analyzing, categorizing, editing, sculpting, shaving, perfecting. This all takes time, patience, endurance, effort, and willpower. There is no shortcut to the top of the mountain. Yeah, baby. I now see that this will take more time than I had thought. For as I prepare to present my truth, there is more that I need to leave out. Oh, about that one? I hope you get it, because like when I just came up with it this morning, and when it kind of comes through and I'm laying there going, this doesn't make any sense. I have to use the whole Pele report just to explain the mantra. But think of like fine jewelry, fine art, even like the reduction process when you're cooking in the kitchen, reducing, that sauce, it's like it takes time. Took time to build Rome. It takes time to like really create, an institution or something that's really going to have an effect on future generations. This just doesn't pop up overnight like a mushroom. So this beautiful trine in here to Saturn, the elder, Pluto in Capricorn, okay, the patient, enduring, persevering, objective consciousness. So stay with it. Stay with it. Don't settle for less. This is a time of year, like I say, in so many ways we are preparing. 2 weeks from today, Saturn goes direct. What we've been working on all year from January, okay, December, January, came in the new resolutions and the new impulses and the new ideas and the new, visions. And all year we have been working, and like I've been saying, all this year, it's going to be after Saturn goes direct, second half of September into October and November, when Jupiter and Saturn move forward again, that we are really going to see the manifestation, the return, the harvest of all the work that we've been doing, not only this year, but for many previous years of our lifetime. The Jupiter-Saturn conjunction happening in January is a 20-year cycle. So we are in this closing phase of a 20-year cycle. And we're going to see we're going to see big changes next year, as you well know. And I will have to go into that in another video. Because that will take too much time. Mantra one more time before the weed whacker starts up again, man. Oh, blew it. Okay. I now see that this will take more time than I had thought. For as I prepare to present my truth, there is more that I need to leave out. Boil it down to the essential so it's graspable. You can do it. Make it happen. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.